Two people are hurt, another in custody after an overnight shooting. It happened at 90th in Bedford around 12:30 this morning. It originally called for disturbance that turned into gunfire. Officers found a 31-year-old man with non-life-threatening gunshot injury. Police also found a suspect, a 30-year-old man. He was taken downtown for questioning, then booked into jail on charges of assault and weapons. A second victim was hit by shrapnel. They declined medical